Killing Eve has been insanely popular and people can't wait for season 4, but there are loads of theories that are floating around. We'll look at some of them and check which of these rumors can be debunked and which might be true. Is Carolyn part of the 12? Will Villanelle and Eve end up together or end up killing each other? Plus loads more that'll blow your mind. Warning, massive spoilers ahead. Is Carolyn part of the 12? Carolyn Martins is always full of secrets, and in most episodes something surprising comes out about her past. The only thing we ever know for sure is that we never know her entire story. That's why so many fans have started to believe that she might just be part of the 12. Some even believe that she might just be the head of the 12, the boss. Could it be possible? Well, yes, it is possible. She does know how to run a very secretive organization and how to clean up other people's messes. She's mysterious enough to pull it off. Then there is the factor of whether or not she would be ruthless enough to be part of an organization like that hires hitmen to kill people just to push their own agenda. And again, yes, I am pretty sure she's ruthless enough to do it. She's never had an issue with working in the shadows to get things done. So why don't I think this theory is true? Because indirectly, it was the 12's fault that Kenny died. They might have a strange relationship, but there is just no way that Carolyn would allow her son to be killed by her organization. That's why I doubt this rumor could be true. Will Villanelle and Eve kill each other? The show has really always been about Eve and Villanelle. They have loads of chemistry, but it isn't always clear whether or not that is sexual tension or whether or not they just hate each other. There's a fine line between love and hate, and these two like to use that line as a jump rope. They go back and forth. That's why so many of us have been sure that they would either end up together or end up killing each other, and both of them have been surely try to kill each other. Eve was the one that seemed incapable of taking another person's life, especially Villanelle, at least at first. Later on, it becomes pretty clear that Eve is capable of a lot more than we have first gave her credit for, but it was still really surprising when she was the one to stab Villanelle first. We were shocked, and she was shocked. Then later on, when Eve walked away from Villanelle, shot her too. They tried, but both failed to kill each other, and both were relieved when the other survived. So will they still try to kill each other? I doubt it. They have a pretty volatile relationship, so anything's possible, but I think they've gotten it out of their system, and they would rather work together from now on. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Is Villanelle Constantine and Carolyn's daughter? This is a very interesting theory. We know that Constantine and Carolyn have a past, and it has been seriously hinted that not all of their history was platonic. They almost definitely had a romantic relationship, and many believe that it could have led to them having a child together. If they did, that child would be in their late 20s or even around 30, just about the right age for such a baby to be Villanelle's age. But Constantine and Carolyn are really obsessed with Villanelle, and Constantine is actually a father-type figure in her life already, in a really weird way, but still the closest thing to a father that she has. It's possible that Carolyn had to get out of Russia very suddenly and couldn't get out with her baby. She could have left her with Constantine, and he could have placed her in the home where she grew up, possibly for her own safety. It sounds plausible, but I'm not entirely sure whether either of them would completely abandon their child. Neither are Parents of the Year candidates, but they still love their children in their own way and take care of them. And this isn't even where the theory ends. Are Geraldine and Villanelle fraternal twins? The theory even goes on that Geraldine and Villanelle are twins and that both of them might be Constantine and Carolyn's children. It goes back to their supposed affair and having a pregnancy come out of that affair. But in this version, they had 2 babies and they did a parent trap on them where they each took one of the babies. And then instead of raising his twin, Constantine rather put her in a home until she was old enough to teach to be an assassin. Again, this wouldn't be the craziest story that has come out of Killing Eve, so it is far from impossible, but I don't entirely buy it. For most of the show, we thought that Villanelle was an orphan who was placed in the children's home because she didn't have any family. If that was the case, then I would have believed this rumor, but things changed during the last season. We got to see Villanelle visiting her family home and her mother. I mean, I guess that it could be some massive cover-up, but that didn't end up really well for Tatiana, so I doubt it. By showing us her family, they pretty much completely debunk this theory. Are you excited to see season 4 of Killing Eve? And do you have any personal theories about the next season? Let me know in the comments, but we are far from done. Will Eve and Vienel end up together? Why is Geraldine actually home? And more rumors that will blow your mind. Why is Geraldine staying close? There are a bunch of theories that are flying around about Carolyn's daughter. She comes back for her brother's Kenny's funeral, but then she stays, despite the fact that her relationship with her mother seems to be really cold and distant. So why would she stick around if they don't really like each other? Could she be spying on Carolyn or trying to figure out how her brother really died? It is very possible, or it is also possible that we just don't understand their dynamic just yet. The relationship between Kenny and Carolyn also seemed really strained, but we eventually figured out that they were actually really close. Could it be the same with her daughter? I guess it could be, but this seems a bit next level. I think they could just have a bad relationship, but then again, why would she choose to stay? I think chances are that she's probably involved in some sort of secret organization. Looks like Carolyn taught her children how to be spies from around the same time as she taught them to walk. It was a way of life. How realistic is it that her daughter would have another career? Then again, she might have changed her life and completely moved away from the spy game. But in this show, I doubt it. Still, only time will tell. What do all of you think? Are Eve and Vienel going to get together? This has been the will they won't they question right since the moment that the show started, and everyone's rooting for them to get together. I'm just not entirely sure that it's going to happen. Yes, they have loads of chemistry and the show's built around these two women, but just like with the question of whether or not they'll kill each other, it can go either way with them getting together too. They're on the same side more regularly now than they have ever been, but they still don't exactly see eye to eye on most things, but that could be overcome. What gets me is that they seem to be on different paths. Eve is just starting to realize what she's capable of. This could change her entire life. Many fans think that Eve might just be well on her way to become an assassin in her own right. Plus, there is the tiny issue of Eve still not entirely seeming to be over Nico just yet. It still seems like she hasn't closed that door completely. Eve, on the other hand, wants to leave her assassin days behind, wants to become more of a full-blown spy working for MI6. Time will still tell if she does manage to leave that life. They have many reasons not to get together, but they can't seem to stay away from each other either. We'll have to wait and see. Will it continue? Sadly, this one theory that we know for sure has been debunked. Season 4 is for sure going to be the final season, and everything will wrap up. But the good news is that a spinoff might be in the works. We don't know who we will see more of, but we will get more. Season 4 is hopefully going to answer all our questions and debunk any false rumors. Are you excited for the next season of Killing Eve? Let me know. Thanks for watching.